everyone. Homelessness is an epidemic in our society, and contrary to popular belief, being homeless does not equate with one being crazy. In fact, most people who are forced to leave their homes and live on a street are just like you and me. Yet they have hit extremely difficult times and are forced into living on the streets as a last resort to their problem. I am sure that many of you have seen a homeless person on the streets before. They sat there begging you for a spare change or some food to keep them from starving that night. Most of you are probably like me. You decided that giving the person a few dollars was enough to keep your conscience clean and help them get through the next day. For a long time, I thought that I was fulfilling my obligation to society by completing this act of generosity. However, I am here today to challenge each of you to no longer take the easy way out when you see a homeless person. I am asking each of you to consider doing more. Instead of giving them food or money, help them. Because when you think they are looking for a hand out, they are truly looking for a hand up. Today I will speak about the circumstances that lead to homelessness, the way in which homelessness has the ability to touch all races and ethnic backgrounds, and ways in which we can work to end homelessness in the United States, the land of the free, the home of the brave. The problem facing us so prevalently today is homelessness in the United States. It is a very large problem that needs to be solved. Homelessness is a disease that knows social boundaries. It can affect any race, sex, or nationality at any time. We should all be concerned because the homeless population is growing extremely fast, especially right here in Sebring. Everywhere you look, there is a homeless person sleeping on a bench. Being homeless is a situation that is not a choice of people, rather something that arises out of a collision of several issues at one time. It is an epidemic that affects all spectrums of society. Homeless individuals come from all over. They could have been your neighbor in the past. Homeless people do not choose this lifestyle. It finds them in most cases. Most have either lost their jobs or their wages were cut so severely that they could not pay for their house any longer. Most of the homeless people are harmless, but the crime rate increases when the homeless population increases. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development defines homeless as an individual or family without a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. An individual or family with a primary nighttime residence that is a publicly or privately run shelter designed to provide temporary living accommodations. An institution that provides a temporary residence for individuals intended to be institutionalized or public or private place, not designed to be a regular sleeping accommodations for people. Simply put, homelessness refers to people who do not have an adequate, safe, and consistent shelter. Estimations of the homeless population in the U.S. vary. Causes of homelessness are structural and deep-seated, and the solutions to homelessness would require a nationwide, concerted effort to make fundamental changes in the structure of society in the United States. Nonetheless, there are ways that we can all work together to change the plague and end homelessness. To tackle the problem of homelessness in America, groups need to address interlinked issues such as lack of adequate housing, poverty, and unemployment, which are the most common causes of homelessness. With increasing population and economic downturn looming large in the future, it is imperative that we come together as a society so as to reach permanent and lasting solutions to homelessness in America. One solution to the ongoing homeless problem could be helped by opening more homeless shelters nationwide. In Sebring, we could offer more than just one shelter that is available to the homeless. There is a large demand than the one shelter locally can handle. There are many locations that can be used. Right in downtown Sebring on North Ridgewood Drive, there is a historical hotel just rotting away. The other solution is to have a group of volunteers that have a talent in clothes, hair and makeup, even a dentist and a medical doctor get together and offer their services for a day or two a month so we can get these homeless people looking presentable and able to get a job. Then we hold a job fair strictly for the homeless so they can get a job. They would have a fresh start on life. You never know, we might be able to touch their lives and keep even just one of them from committing suicide because there are no other alternatives. I want you to become aware of the homeless problem that is growing very fast, not only in the United States, but in Sebring. I need everyone to join in with the Habitat for Humanity and volunteer countless hours refurbishing the old Nancesby Hotel in the heart of downtown Sebring. This is the best location for a transition house because it is close to the grocery store and other necessities. If we come together as one force, we can make a difference. I will need each of you to find someone with a talent that they are willing to use 2 days a month to make the homeless people visually appealing to the business owners that will be attending the special job fair we will be coordinating. We will need dentists, doctors, hairdressers, makeup artists, people savvy in clothing and fashion, secretaries to organize the forms and get the information needed to complete job applications. Anyone with a talent that would be willing to volunteer their time to help. The misconception that all homeless people are indigent, mentally ill, or unable to work is so wrong. They are just down on their luck right now. Homeless people need jobs and the opportunity to become productive members of society as they once were. We will also need individuals and business owners to make sizable donations to help fund the project. There are many people willing to help with this type of situation. There is an organization called America Third Party who is working to get a bill passed by legislators that will allow all Americans to build homes on federal land and earn credit toward ownership of one of the homes they build. We need to get out and support this bill so it will be passed by lawmakers. One project they will be working on is giving free post office boxes to the homeless. This will enable the homeless to vote and seek employment. We need to join in with this private enterprise or nonprofit organizations that offer free mailboxes to the homeless. There might be a small fee, but if we get enough donations, we can ensure that everyone has an address. Nonprofit organizations and individuals are already doing a tremendous job trying to fight the effects of homelessness. They are a great support with their efforts. Even though there is a lot being done to help out with this problem, it just isn't enough. We must do our part to abolish homelessness in the United States. This effort is only the beginning of a movement to effort political change in this society. Eventually, we would like to solve homelessness altogether. Please join me in my fight. Since the beginning of time, there has always been a problem with homelessness in our society. The plague of homelessness stretches across all racial, ethnic, and social boundaries and has the ability to touch anyone's life at any time. As I stand with each of you, I encourage you to go out and make a difference in the community in which you live. Homelessness is not only a problem for the people who are forced to sleep on the streets each night, but for each person in the society. As you go to sleep tonight in your beds, I urge you to think about what it would be like to sleep on a cold metal bench, without any blankets or pillows, being susceptible to the ill wills of any passerby. Although it may seem unlikely today, you too could be homeless one day. So the next time you see a homeless person out on the street, no longer choose to ignore them. Rather, give them a hand up that they truly deserve. Give them hope for a new future. People who are homeless are not socially inadequate. They are just people without homes.